Did you hear? Darnell Mooney was supposed to be traded. Just kidding. It was a false media narrative. Sports Talk Chicago here with Jon Zaghloul. Appreciate all of you tuning in. Subscribe to the channel for more Chicago Bears and Chicago sports content. Follow us all over at Sports Talk Chicago and hit up our sponsor, Amish Country Farms in Orland Park. Link is in the description of this video. Wanted to make this video to talk about false media narratives and how bad things could get pretty quickly. Somebody commented, I think it was Just Desirable, who's a great friend of this program, and they've been with us last year during the live calls. They commented asking me on one of my videos last week, hey, did you hear anything about Darnell Mooney being traded? I said, that sounds ridiculous. No. Go on Twitter, look around, and it turns out there was a legitimate rumor being peddled by a number of content creators and aggregators claiming that Darnell Mooney was going to be traded. He was on the trade block for the Bears, and that one really made no sense to me. I was planning on making a video dispelling that nonsense and maybe even bashing Ryan Poles a bit, but Poles came out and said the following. The trade rumors kind of cracked me up. He said, we turned every stone, we investigated everything, nothing really got serious. Never thought about or had any conversations about trading Mooney. Never thought about it or had any conversations about it, but yet it became the talk of Bears Twitter and the talk of the internet, really, for a day last week. We've talked about this a number of times on this program. This Bears wide receiving core is so strong, and so strong in terms of depth. DJ Moore is a classic number one. Darnell Mooney's probably one of the best number two wide receivers in football, and even Chase Claypool's probably one of the better number three wide receivers when healthy and when willing to perform. I mean, the Bears' depth at wide receiver got unbelievably better in a short period of time, and that's thanks to Ryan Poles. I give him beyond credit for it. So it was a great job by him this offseason to get in DJ Moore, then to have that nice hierarchy at 1, 2, and 3. It sets up Justin Fields and this team for success offensively. So I didn't understand the idea that Darnell Mooney was going to be traded. Then we find out from Ryan Poles, oh yeah, we made it up, or it was made up. It wasn't real. Somebody said something, and then it turned into a gigantic rumor. And I want to come on and bash everybody who made this up. This is ridiculous. Do you have nothing better to do with your lives? And I'm all for wanting to make news and doing your best to make it individually. We do that here every single day. We are individual. We are local. It's me and Jon. Jon's producing everything right over there behind the scenes, and I'm here on the mic. We put blood, sweat, and tears into this, and that's fun. And we do our best to make news, to be relevant, to get people's eyeballs on this channel, but we don't spread falsehoods. And it makes no sense to me. Why would this rumor even come up or be true? Obviously, some fanboys are trade Darnell Mooney, and then it caught on. It makes no sense. The Bears should and would never trade Darnell Mooney right now. I don't care if he's in the middle of a contract extension talks and, things have hit a wall. Who cares? Darnell Mooney needs to be here, and everybody knows it inside that building. Mooney knows it. Poles knows it. He's not a number one. He'll never be a number one, but he's the best damn number two, one of the best damn number twos in the NFL, and that's a fact. Quote me on it. He is. This guy's a 1,000-yard wide receiver who wasn't even getting tons of looks. That was the year in which Justin Fields was thrown into things mid-season. He's coming back healthy in 2023 with a revamped offense and somebody above him who's going to draw tons of coverage. My guess is Mooney could be in for a 1,000-yard season in addition to DJ Moore. The Bears could have 2 1,000-yard wide receivers if things go according to plan. Why would the Bears trade him? Why would the Bears look into getting rid of Darnell Mooney? This sounds ridiculous. I can't believe I'm making a video on this. It sounds ridiculous. And yet, again, it was the talk of the town for about a day or two. People asking me, hey, have you heard anything about Darnell Mooney? No, I haven't. And no way he's going anywhere. Even in this article here from the Sun-Times, Jason Leisure, before taking a question Wednesday, Bears GM Ryan Poles needed to get out in front of rumors he had heard recently regarding wide receiver Darnell Mooney. I appreciate Poles coming out and saying the obvious, we don't want to trade him. Who came up with this nonsense? My goodness. Never thought about or had any conversations about trading Mooney. Never thought about doing it. The trade rumors kind of cracked me up. Now, In that same vein, Travis Gibson supposedly requested a trade. Now, Gibson came out after the Bears waived him and said he never did, but Ryan Poles said he did. I don't know what the truth is there. I don't know, because there are conflicting reports from two different parties. I'm not going to get into the he said, she said thing, but I'm going to say this emphatically right now. The Darnell Mooney trade rumors were false. They made no sense, logistically speaking, and had the Bears actually traded Mooney, it would have hurt them significantly. Who would have been his replacement? Bayless Jones Jr.? EQ St. Brown? I mean, Chase Claypool, and then the number 3 would have been EQ or Bayless? I mean, that's dumb. It made no sense for that to even happen. Darnell Mooney is here to stay at least for this year no matter what. It's true and apparent. You know, I'm all for, at times, even in this business, you know, making something out of nothing. Bending the truth a little bit, you know, having some entertainment behind it, embellishing a tad, and getting people to tune in. That's fine. This is entertainment. This is fun. We enjoy doing this. But just going out saying, yeah, the Bears are going to trade Darnell Mooney. Wait, what? That makes no sense. That I'm not on board with at all, because it gets the rumor mill flowing. Then we got all of Twitter saying, yeah, he's going to be traded. Then nothing happened, and it made no sense. And for a minute there, I was actually, I don't want to say mad, but I was disappointed in Ryan Poles for thinking that he was going to make that decision, but he really didn't. Didn't want to do it. Never even happened. No conversation about it. Guys, come on. It's just a good lesson in terms of media narratives, which I love to talk about on this program. Nobody else does or does it enough because they are really part of the media and they're scared with what Bears brass or, I don't know, other people are going to say because they're too stiff-necked and too worried about things. But I'm going to say it like it is, and I always have and I always will. Media narratives are important when it comes to the Bears. They do a good job at spinning things a certain way to make the media cover things a certain way. The classic example, and the reason why this channel even grew to an extent, was the Mitch Trubisky narrative. I know, I don't want to rehash all news. Mitch is gone, blah, blah, blah. Well, at the end of the day, he was run out of town unfairly and wrongfully. Whether you agree with it or not, I don't really care. It's the truth. He was run out of this town for really no reason. Highest rated quarterback in Bears history, had a great 2018 season, got screwed up by Matt Nagy and Ryan Pace, and was out of here. And then Matt Nagy got fired because Nagy blamed it on him. Then everyone realized, oh crap, no, it's Nagy. Okay, that was a media narrative that the Bears spun. And it's true because you could go look up articles. There's still internet archives of them. Go back to 2018, then to 2020. Look at the media narrative from 2018 and then 2020. Compare the language and the jargon used and the tone used in these articles from 2018 and then 2020. Go back to 2017 when he was drafted and look at those articles. Everybody who says now Fields is the guy, they were saying Mitch was the guy. These respected columnists, writers, and people of the media. And then in 2020, oh yeah, he sucks. Get him out of here. What a crappy player. The Bears do a hell of a job at spinning media. That's part of their job, in my opinion. Probably have a chief propaganda officer somewhere in that building. And they're doing it again here. Or, well, maybe they're not doing it, but people on the outside are doing it now. So now the Bears are getting a taste of their own medicine. So although I feel nice about that, at the end of the day, it hurts content and it hurts the truth. It would make no sense for the Bears to trade Darnell Mooney for any reason, unless you're going to get back a first-round pick, because you never get a first-round pick back for a wide receiver, especially number 2. Hey, if they got a first-round pick in return, do it. I don't care how good Mooney's going to be. He's a number 2 here. Do it. But there were no conversations even, so where did this information come from? Where did this stuff get concocted? That's what I want to know, and we're not going to find an answer, but I just don't understand how this all came up in the first place, and who said it and why. It's great that Ryan Poles came out and clarified everything, but it's just aggravating. And again, more unnecessary and dumb drama before a year in which the Bears are expected to do great things. Why should we be worrying 2 weeks before the season if one of their key wide receivers are going to be traded? It's just dumb and it's lazy. Somebody out there right now might be laughing, hey, I got everybody to look at this. Well, you know what? Kind of dumb. And who cares? Good for you. You got people to look at this false, dumb rumor that people didn't even believe anyway. I mean, when I saw that, I'm like, there's no way. And I just kind of let it go. So you didn't get me. I just think it's dumb. But the main lesson of all of this, the Mooney rumor aside, just be aware of media narratives as this season moves forward. And we're going to cover them the best that we can here because we are into that stuff and we enjoy it. We love it. Be aware of media narratives. Right now, the narrative for the Bears is, in my opinion, an improved year no matter what. 8 to 10 wins, potential wild card berth if things go right. Justin Fields is going to be great. Tyson Bagent's exciting. This Bears team is looking good. That's the narrative today. What's going to be the narrative if they start out 3-6? What's going to be the narrative if they lose 15 games again, 14 games again? What's going to be the narrative if they win 15 games? Every year and every season, it's a blank slate. And then from there, they shift things every single week. Even in 2020, as difficult as that season was, because early on it was, oh, man, what a bust Mitch is. What a bum. Oh, trade him, blah, blah, blah. Then he comes back, wins games, leads the Bears to the playoffs, and all of a sudden, hey, maybe they should keep Mitch. Everybody just goes back and forth, and the Bears do a hell of a job at keeping people on their toes. We're always on our heels here in a good way. We dig our heels in, and we stick to the facts and the truth. This was a dumb rumor that somehow got traction and was spread all over the place. For what reason, I don't really know. I know Mooney is, looking for a contract extension, so I know that. Maybe he could have had a tie-in, but really it made no sense. So all of you watching, even if you're new to this channel, just remember, we're going to do it the right way. We're not going to be doing any of this BS in terms of spreading stuff, spreading nonsense, and making something out of nothing. We're going to do our best to give you the truth with some good commentary and opinion mixed in. And I would say whoever did this, whoever made this up, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself if you came out and made this whole rumor up to the point where Ryan Poles had to directly address it and say that never happened. It's just dumb. And it's lazy. And there's no talent in there whatsoever either. So that's all I have to say on it. The Bears won't trade Mooney. He's going to be here. He's an integral part of this team. And that's the way it should be. Remember that, and keep it tuned here. If you're willing to listen to legitimate media narratives, we're going to have that all year long here on Sports Talk Chicago. Appreciate you tuning in. Thank you for watching today's video. Subscribe to the channel for more Chicago sports and Chicago Bears content. Follow us all over at Sports Talk Chicago. Big thank you, John Meadows in the big chair, directing and producing. And make sure you hit up our sponsor, Amish Country Farms. Link is in the description. So long, everyone.